What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Rich Righteous, and I'm back with another rap rap. Man, what's up, guys? Sheesh, I still can't believe it. Still can't believe it. I'm very shocked right now. Just to give you my thoughts, I'm trying to be objective as possible because a lot of the stuff, once the first couple rounds went down, a lot of the emotions left for me, and I tried to score it as objective as possible. Now I had an 8-4, which is like 116, 112, something like that. A lot of people had it 115, 113 for Golovkin. I had it 116, 112 for Golovkin. The draw, I understand it. Because if you're right there, I could see how both are showing you that they want to win the fight. But just off the fact that Golovkin was backing him up the whole night and was not backing down and was giving him combos, while Canelo was getting tired in the last few minutes of each round, he would only throw one shot. It kind of made me think, like, how is it that they give him 114, but that's almost fair. It's very close to logical. 115, 113, logical. With the fans right there, that's logical. Dave Moretti, I can't believe that the fucking scorecard came down to you. Unbelievable. What a night. What a night. A lot of shit that a lot of casual fans don't understand. I'm talking to the hardcores, even if it's 9 views, I don't give a shit, But honestly, I can't believe it came down to Dave Moretti, the guy that always judges for Floyd Mayweather. More than 10 fights for Floyd Mayweather. I really thought it could have gone the other way. I'll tell you this straight up. I felt like Golovkin didn't want to go for broke, and I'm not thinking it's his age. I think it's just the level that he's at. Canelo really showed that he is a high level guy, but stamina wise, he was not on Golovkin's. He was not on his Golovkin's level. Skill wise, he was not on Golovkin's level. Because Golovkin, even at the end of the fight, said that he wanted a true Mexican fight. Smart move. Why? Because he knows that Canelo, he knows that the Mexican fans love a real fight. And he knows that they love boxing. So that was a good answer by him. I don't know. I really feel like with Canelo taking a lot of time off like that, running around, circling and circling, trying to figure out what's he going to do, I felt like that hurt him. I felt like Golovkin waiting too much on Canelo's speed hurt him. I felt like he could have gone for broke, but I still don't feel like it's enough to say that he lost and they should strip all the titles from him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what that lady Bird was scoring for, is for Golovkin to lose. Not to just say that he lost a couple rounds, but he lost. And I was really shocked by that. I was very underwhelmed by that. And if you think about it, after the 7th or 8th round, Canelo's wheels were gone. They were gone, man. And I'm telling you, I was scoring it objectively as possible. I always score it a minute at a time. And if you look back, I don't even have to rewatch it. I know off of my memory. Every first minute after the 7th or 8th round, Canelo will come in, boom, 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 hit him with everything he had. Boom, 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 here's this, here's that. Golovkin's there, side cyborg, you know? He's still there, right there, the whole time. Backs him up, start throwing combos, then his jab, 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 jab. Canelo with a little flurry, then jab, 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 jab. Even at the 12th round, Canelo started to slap. He was throwing slaps just to keep him away from him. And I don't know if Canelo wins the rematch, to be honest with you, because he doesn't have the pop for him. He hit him hard, like flush. And Golovkin just kept going. So, to be honest with you though, I've noticed since the way Golovkin takes punches, that even if he was hurt, he wouldn't show it with his face, like with the emotion on his face. He would just go down and get up and keep fighting, like Terminator style, just keep coming and coming and coming. So I feel like with that part, we would never really know if Golovkin's hurt. And there's a few times he got wobbles, a few times Canelo got wobbled. It was electrical, like a big time fight, man. Big time fight. Canelo's need to work on his jab, man. It's pathetic. Pathetic. I mean, he did really good with what he has, but it was pathetic. Pathetic jabbing. And that's the reason why, again, Golovkin won, in my opinion, because that's what he sticks to. And that's what people still haven't figured out. That he gets their respect from that jab. And there was a lot of times that Canelo didn't want to engage. He was like, what? And then Golovkin's like, what? You know? So, you know, that's why I felt like it was a little underwhelming, because Golovkin was treating him sort of like he's the younger brother. And, you know, when you're the older brother, you know that the other guy, your younger brother, is usually going to have something on you, whether it's power or speed. And it was obvious he was afraid of his speed. And once the 5th, 6th round passed by, he was not afraid of that speed anymore. He was in the mix of his combos, like right there in between them. And that's why I say some people got to learn how to score a fight, man. Learn how to score a fight. They don't even know how to score. They're basically going off of who won the first part of it and who won the last part of it. And in the middle parts is just like, oh, that's just filler. No, it's not filler. That's actual scoring. Those are punches that are being landed and being blocked sometimes, because sometimes, you know, Canelo was blocking some of Triple G's punches. There was times that Golovkin was making Canelo miss a lot. Oof. He showed just as much of evasiveness, if not more, than Canelo. Why? Because he was more active. He was fighting more off the front foot, so he was more active and more aware. So it was obvious who was doing all the work in there. And that's why I don't understand how you could come up with 118, because if the guy's the champion, he's going after the other guy. You know, the strongest punch of the night came from Golovkin. You know? But like I said, there's a lot of people out there who don't know how to score a fight. You know? 118, 110. You know, from what I understand, she also does, she judges MMA fights too. So obviously she probably needs a day off or something. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that lady. But she really messed up tonight. You know, I hope she has a getaway car. She's already gone in a plane already, because that doesn't make any sense, what she did tonight. So I'm gonna be looking for more results from people. I saw that Terrence Crawford thought GGG won. Who else? Manny Pacquiao thought that the judge was from Australia, which is funny because, you know, they robbed him in the past too, versus Jeff Horn. But there was a bunch of people, man. Bunch of people thought Golovkin won. Dan Raphael, Dougie Fisher, most of the front row press. Most of the front row press. Check your Twitter. most of the front row press thought Golovkin won, and not by a wide margin. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you watch that fight back, you easily see over 6 rounds for Golovkin. Easy. Because of the jab. You know what I'm saying? And for people that don't know how to judge boxing, I'm going to tell you the best way, the easiest way to learn right now. I'm going to give it up to you right now so you can understand all you have to do is judge it by minute. You get 3 minutes, which is an odd number in a round, okay, for each round. So the first minute that goes by, you judge it. Let's say you give it to Canelo, because obviously that's what he was doing after the 6 or 7 or 8 rounds. Simple math. Some people hate math, but I'm going to just, break it down for you guys. Grab a pen and pad if you want to fucking learn. So the first minute, let's give it a Canelo, right? Let's say Golovkin wins the second minute, right? But at the top of the third minute, Canelo starts to come back. Just fucking score from there on out. You got it tied, right? 2 minutes. You got it tied. 2 minutes, you have it tied. The first minute goes to Canelo. The second one goes to Golovkin. But at the top of the third one, Canelo's coming back. So then, if Golovkin finishes off the round correctly and scores better than Canelo, then that obviously means that he won 2 minutes out of the 3. If you score off of each minute, if you want to get detailed about it, you can go 30 seconds. You can do whatever the fuck you like. 15 seconds, break it down. Simple math. So, I don't know how these people come up with their cards. People asking me, I don't know how you have 8-4. And then when I ask them for their scorecards, they say, well, I saw Canelo winning the first 3 rounds and the last 3. So then how do you have Canelo winning if you only have him winning 6 rounds? That's a fucking draw. Nah, but I saw him winning. Okay, so then how the fuck you have it a draw? If you have the first 3 for Canelo and the last 3 for Canelo, that's 6 rounds, man. Where are you getting this other math from? Oh, well, maybe in the between. Nah, come on, man. How are you scoring this fight? Oh, I didn't score it. Come on, dude. You're wilding, man. Like, these people, that was really messed up. And if it's up to me, unless they change that shit, unless they really go back and change it or really look back at it, because there's been so many controversial fights in Vegas. It's a fucking mess. It's a fucking mess. So I really hope the media stands up today. I'm really hoping they stand up for it, because that was too close of a fight to end in a draw, Not close in a way where it's like close like, oh, we don't know who won. More close like, we need an answer type close, like it'd be nice if we knew what the answer was instead of, wondering what you guys were going to say, because when that 12th round ended, I automatically felt like, okay, well, Golovkin won off a decision. I want to hear them say that shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to hear the scorecards. The first thing I heard was 118, 110 for Canelo. I said, yo, this is going to be a long night. There's no way. There's no way that man got 118, man. So that's my long rant, man. I'm really hoping something happens. But if it doesn't, I would suggest to Golovkin's team to go and fight Billy Joe Saunders in December. Do whatever he has to do. Shell out whatever money you have to shell out and corner his ass into getting that title. And then just finish it from there on out. You can do whatever the hell you want. But I suggest you stay away from Canelo, because, or unless you saw something that you can do with him, because I think it's going to be the same outcome. And I really feel like since Golovkin didn't step on the pedal, there must have been a reason for that. I don't know why. Maybe he wants to win decisions. Maybe that's how he thinks he's gonna fight for his next couple years, because he says he wants to fight for 5 more years. But I thought that was from him insinuating that he would keep winning. So, if it's me from the outside looking in, I would advise Golovkin to stay the hell away from Canelo. Not because of Canelo's skills or whatever. He looks super tired. He's no match. Not even close, man. I don't need rematches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that shit. Yeah, they tricked us. They got us, but I don't need more I don't need more. I don't need it. It was decisive to me. Enough from them showing who has more skill. So my opinion is go fight Saunders, see what the media says and blah 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 and all this. Keep talking shit. Go on all the programs, the media. Tell them what you think. He already said tonight that he thought that the judges were terrible. Obviously one of them had it a draw, so he thinks that judge was on crack too. You know what I'm saying? It was lopsided, and they try to be as not corrupt as possible. Where as a team, they seem like they try to rig it the best way that they could, so it doesn't look rigged, and they come off as a draw instead of it just being a normal draw where everybody's has close cards, because that 118 110 shit, I mean, she could have still scored it 115 113. It still would have came out as a draw. You know what I mean? Because she had Canelo winning, so she could have had it 115 113 for Canelo, which makes it a draw, right? So how the hell, you know what I mean? Once you got one guy, a card, all you need is one judge saying it's a draw, and that's it. There's no fucking, you know what I mean? You don't need all that shit, but since they're doing the wink wink over there, I don't know. I really feel like there should have been more to answer after this fight. But let's see what happens. I didn't want to consider it rigged, but I knew once the judges and all that were picked and the refs and stuff, I thought that Golovkin should knock him out. And I really thought he would, but I feel like he was being very careful with Canelo's power. And you gotta respect that, So I respect Golovkin for what he did. I take nothing away from him. And what the hell was Kenny Bayless doing? Like, there was a few times that he kept saying shit about them clashing heads. That shit has been going on for years, man. And at one point, it seemed like it distracted Gennady. This is why I like seeing his fights, because a lot of the New York refs, they let him slide with that shit. They don't even care, man. They just say, go at it. Finish this shit up. But here comes this guy talking about head clashing. And he looked like he distracted him. There was a few times that he looked like he distracted him, and then Canelo would blast him with a left hand. And I thought that he fucking really rocked Golovkin at one point, that I thought that it just took him off his game completely. So there were some emotional roller coasters there as a fan and as a watcher, It was a really interesting fight to watch. A good fight to watch back. Let me know what you guys think. Did you have Golovkin winning? Did you have it a draw? Did you have Canelo winning? And if you did, why? And who do you think would win the rematch? All right, guys. It was good talking to you guys. I'm going to definitely try to keep up with you guys. Next fight is Joseph Parker versus Hughie Fury. And Jorge Linares. I forgot the other guy's name. There's a couple good fights coming up next, but nothing on this level. So, stay tuned. There's still a lot of good fights coming up for us hardcore fans. So, yeah, man, just stay tuned. All right, guys. Peace out. Good talking to you.